Working her way up. A lot of info gathered, especially with Aspas picking off Bang. That's an important one.
It's huge. It just relieves all of that pressure over towards A. Lev, if they want to, can start making the rotate.
Does he have the top sees? Is very good. Asuna's going to be ahead of most of this now as well. That util sails into the back line. Con being removed, just couldn't stand his ground against it. And Asuna overzealous, man. But he's got the rest of the team with him, potentially to their own dismay. There's a 2v2 now kicking off. Lev versus 100 Thieves, and Lev not messing around here with the timing. They want to try and take this one fast and loose. Aspas is left alone to do the most. 2 shots to the body, all it takes. 2 left in the chamber, left to the 1v1. Him versus eeiu. Comes a little bit of util as well to accompany, potentially to support. Smoke's blocked off in the face of Aspas, and again, seeing Asuna already takes up that spot and space. That's just spam into the smoke potentially. Aspas revealing himself, even out on Mazino, trying to dominate that position and retains control of Shower's spike. Drop down in the middle of nowhere, Entertainment, somewhere towards the back. Cryo's hunting and beaming them all down. Com, eventually going to be back there. 2v2 is what it's going to be returned to. Doubled up now, hopping over the top, returns it. I think Aspas has the nade in his hand, and there it is. Sails right over, lobbed it into the corner, forced them back and around and away, but Boostio will be dropped. Same with Asuna. It's a 2-piece, ult earn, rocket still ready and waiting, fires and lands. 3 in a round for Aspas himself. This guy's looking demonic, and Bang can only do so much. Tucked away into a tight corner of only 10 seconds. Running away, eeiu down to that 1v1 once more. Surely can't do it again. Forced to stick the plant now. It's the only possible. Wing gone! Steps. He's not calling for reinforcements. This will be just essentially that full exit.
30 seconds left.
Coming through over the top. Lobs the mosh. Nightfall to follow up. Clears out most of the side. So peace of mind there for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves do enjoy going for elbow aggression in the post plant, but looks like they're not opting for it this time. kiNgg is really hoping that they do.
It's going to be a hard retake with the guns that they've got. The Nightfall's going to get committed though. Nade used. One for another. Haunt over the top as well. It's going to be dealt with, and the orbital strike. That's beautiful. Just buying him a little bit of time here. Cuts him up. Puts the pause and forces it out of Lev. Now going to be using that thrash. No real danger here, but Boostio still tucked to the corner. Still, Lev are winning this one out with all of the guns and weaponry. Doesn't matter if it was subpar. They're dominating their positions. And already in onto the spike. Mazino to defuse. Any possibilities for his eeiu? And it doesn't look like he wants to try and go for this. But the spam's just not there. Not through the wall in time. So, here's the mosh. Selling overhead alongside the Dizzy and the Showstopper. It's 100 Thieves committing a lot of big tools now to try and win this one. Oh, how the hell does that wrap around? Not too sure. Comments up going down anyway. Over the strike. It's committed and does deny the plant. Won't be getting themselves into the post. So 30 seconds left. Could be critical. Nothing else to deny though. The molly ended up missing. Bang's going to be able to stick that one.
Could be
with the pit, man. Yeah,
could be absolutely crucial that that molly missed there from Mazino, because otherwise the pressure on this plant would have been enormous.
And jump over the side. Aspas trying to set his team up, but it's a little bit delayed. And Boostio, he's hungry for it. The kills just chasing him down. Feeling empowered now, and kiNgg, last one left. 1v4 scenario. Does not look winnable, not with a pit in his way. Even with the disadvantage he's facing. Will be forced to save at the end of the day here. So, the committal of ults from 100 Thieves. It's going to work out. They're going to want to hunt down these kills. They're going to want Cryo to do it. Oh, he's found himself a rifle. He's happy. He's backing away.
They're just sending Bang forwards because he was the player with the stinger.
So damn committed he has to be. It's the only way he's going to have to turn this round away. Maybe potentially there. Prowler in his face. Fully blinded up. Still gets 2. The question is, has he done enough? Dizzy locked on! kiNgg is on top! 4!
Situation. The haunt wasn't actually very good from eeiu over towards the garden. But let's let bygones be bygones and focus on the here and now.
Yeah, and here and now, Lever stacking, at least with 3 players, looking to try and fight and contest this one. Slight gap into the smoke. Mazino can play inside. That one on top of the truck. Can't be playing from that position, at least Mazino. And Tex have got their watchful eyes onto this one. Nade rebounding over the top. You're still a minute on the clock, but 100 Thieves. Issue has been forced. Doubled up now into Lambs, praying that somebody will just wade into them, but doesn't look likely. There's a lot of discipline on display right now from Leviatán.
And look how good the plant denial is from Lev. They're never allowing 100 Thieves to just get it down in the first wave. Mazino dominating Shower's control now too. Very tough for 100 Thieves to turn it. They're going to need the same level of ridiculous individualism that we just saw from Lev.
I got the spike.
Like tap. Sees the angle, a fight to be taken. Aspas winning is out. It's an individualistic moment. Right through the smoke, Mazino seeking them out.
They're not ready for Leviatán's plant denial.
One or two things just chewing him up here. Asuna seized in place. Vulnerable 2, has to let loose of the rockets. Oh, it sailed right past. Potentially could have been a winner for him, but no, not quite. Nade off into the corner. Top tap of the rifles, kiNgg. Steady hand, steady aim still. We're playing this one side by side, running and gunning, at least with the judge in play. But Asuna finally brought down to his knees. Tex following up through the window and through the back of the site. That's going to be the plant. Boostio committing to 2v1. Tex might be able to take this timing, maybe brings it to a 1v1. But does he know he's being flanked? That's the question. The fuse coming through, round to the back. Give it away. He's revealed his position, but unaware. Looking like they want to try and go for this one almost immediately, at least taking that shower's control. That's disrespect. 4-1. Aspas forced to take the shot early, but a prowler in his face is already the orbital strike. Seeking to cut up 100 Thieves, and cut them up it does. It's 1,000 cuts and death by it in this round. 100 Thieves. Only with Cryo and Asuna left standing. And again, you're going to be asking for miracles from them.
The smoke that Mazino has dropped on site just stops 100 Thieves' utility down short from really getting much value. It's a lovely setup. And eeiu gets melted. They know he's the only person in showers.
One enemy remaining.
Spamming the smokes. Picking them apart, 100 Thieves. Can't withstand it, man. Every position being assailed. It's inevitable. It's going to be the 8-4 finish here. Asuna have to pull off the play of his life
On both sides of. And the spike is not committed here. No. This is just to try to pull attention.
It's all a bit of a ruse. Oh. And the maiden switch is already pulling players for the rotation.
And if you want to talk about individuals, kiNgg opens things up again.
That's right. He might have gone for another one. There was a potential window. These were players rotating away from A with a smoke drop down in their faces. I've lost that window. Dizzy's pre-aimed. Cryo locked in and getting active now, but still. Oh, the movement! Aspas! Oh, you can't be getting away with that, son. That is dirty work. What is that, man?
eeiu as well, desperately swung through.
I mean, no worse.
Difference. Both of these teams were there. A triple setup is quite nice to punish kiNgg, but that's going to tell him that the stack is over towards B, and they're going to start pushing things into Boostio.
Boostio's got to respect this. They just spot him out. Dizzy over the top. Can be pre-fired. He gains the position of Lamps here, just trying to buy some time for the rest of his team as well. They are already in through the back as well, but they swarm it together, and he can win on the cards potentially. Takes, what is that? Spray transferring around with the ghost in hand, sidearms. Apparently, the play in that scenario, 2v2.
They're so weak.
Calm single digits, Tex. One shot to the body from a sheriff will do him in. eeiu, precisely the weapon on hand. Nails it. One to the chest. One left to stand and will come for the lead. Crosshair placement is almost perfect. And the micro adjustment. Absolutely sublime.
His aim is so strong.
There might be more where that came from as well. The bait and switch, you can see kiNgg making sure that he plays a star player directly into the fray. And a fight taken and one out once more. Already the front sight is going to be theirs. And now a play does need to be made. Boostio might have been considering. He's trying to swing out and wide the nade, forcing that decision out of him. And holding the angle though. Slight jiggle with it. Sees is good. With the connection, finally, they bring him down.
This is the same setup that they used to win the Thrifty in round 14.
Not sniffed out.
No. I mean, Lev ran into it both times.
Big opening. Boostio might be looking for that timing. He has weaved his way right past, and the wiser! Comp falls. It's going to be an upgrade. Available with the rifle picked back up. kiNgg wants to slip himself past and maybe catch a timing of one of his own, but Boostio's aware of this. He's pinging it like they could have at least worked their way in through a short. Wants to hold on to the Showers position. This is 100 Thieves looking to right the wrongs again of the previous round.
The teams with the light economy finding those advantages early on. 30 seconds left. Is there any plant denial here?
And down kiNgg is super isolated. And with his back open wide, Asuna plucks him out of the picture. Tex is low enough. One damage, one single bullet will do it essentially here. TP through finally with the punish. Mazino though, they know his positioning. And he's the last one left in a 1v3. All they got to do is hold this one down. Trust in the teammates. Boostio with a full stick through. That's enough.
Pulls attention away from himself.
Just trying to follow up with this one. Bang! Oh, that's a delivery. Spike dropped down into his lap along with those 2 kills. 100 Thieves.
Launching smoke.
Gonna be happy with this over one another. Aston has managed to get ahead of a lot of this now. He's gonna be playing this tucked up, close position. Potential for the anti-flash. Orbital strike, not gonna be getting too much. Satchel through. What is that? Snap straight to the dome with aspas dropped down still. It's gonna be ults exchange. Come, just walking his way through it. Goes down to all of it. Tex. He's going to get the plant down at least with the wingman, and he's still alive and active into the round, but it's still a 4v2. Might be able to barrel them way through it. Brute force needs to be on display. Boostio, defuse, tapped away, forcing out the util. Mosh pit! With the molly yet, mosh pit. Good spot from aspas as well, close, cutting it up. Aspas needs to do a lot here, and he will do just that.
What a read! I mean, that's exactly predicting that 100 Thieves were going to go for that reclear strategy. You saw aspas, as soon as the first basic util was thrown out, he tucks himself in that corner. He knows he...
Extremely backed it. Enough about that. All eyes on Bind here. Through. Molly going to be dodged and juked. Aspas in and through. Finds a perfect corner there. Bang just trying to evade the sight lines. A little bit too much util though to overcome, just in that hard anchor position, and now it's 100 Thieves forced into this retake. Everything working against them as a pit in their face, a player disadvantage, at least with the elbow control, and maybe just everything banking onto Cryo trying to take this flank timing, but he's slow with it.
They're not watching for the hookah flank, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to help them get through the pit. Here's that second wave of the thrash that caught Bang.
Clearing it out. They do spam it down. It's nice movement, potentially dodge those bullets. The K's kicking in as well as putting that pause into the round here with a C's connection. At least Boostio does find the one, but no easy targets finally. Cryo reconnected with the rest of his team, but the crossfire setup is just immaculate. Still, the pit doesn't cover it. Needs to be covered from multiple angles here with the smokes in their face, sticking it! kiNgg, has he done enough? The rest of it follows through with the bullet. The operator up into aspas's hands, straight through the box. Got value here before, but the trouble is, how do you do it again? Surely they're going to be ready for it, and they spot him. At least with the jiggle, eeiu needs help. Thrash sees round and about, but it's going to get spammed down as 3 players face him, and he's forced to evacuate. TP to get out of there. That leaves Boostio alone. The IGL to do it all. One shot found, still tucked to the floor. Dizzy in his face! Wrangles the rifle. And still maintains that composure. Maybe he's done enough. It's a 3v3, but a spike is planted and down. Full rotations now by 100 Thieves. Just to stay alive in the map. Takes getting cheeky with it. It's forward. Out through elbow to C's connects. kiNgg is low, at least with the decay. Prowler through as well. Asuna wraps it around and whips it around, at least with the rifle. Come forward. Debated switch setup.
Utility pressure. Denying the fact that aspas keeps getting these opening kills.
Change hands with it. It's going to be a showstopper. That's one to match. It goes even. An exchange of it, at least with that weaponry. Bang. It's going to be blinded up. Just cannot tuck himself up into that corner. No survival in sight now. Util's going to flood forwards. 100 Thieves. They realize it. Player disadvantage again, a lot going to be asked.
Where's the rifle for Boostio? His economy was flourishing, but he didn't feel like he could commit to buying a Phantom or Vandal for him as well, so he's on the retake with the op.
Oh yeah! Monster
Potentially looking dire here. It's a thrash. Used to clear it out. The shot misses. Teammate's got his back. Out and through here. Nightfall has to be committed, and you have to make a go of things here. Sees only dodged by the one player. Got to try and at least get yourself into the site. kiNgg. It's being a nuisance, time ticking away. Mazino just holding the slightest of off angles. Baiting them in, just trying to draw them all out. Cryo, he's already doing quite a lot here, but he just cannot do it all. It's going to be kiNgg and aspas up through the back here, and they're just walking right into his crosshair. Placement's there, bit of a glide as well, disengage, but just, just decides to take the fight straight up. Wants to try and at least stop them before they can even get the plant down, and he's done just that. eeiu left alone here, right click, doing a bit of damage, but position's known, picks up the upgrade. 4 bullets though. Not a lot to work with, and tap
What I've seen so far. Here they come on the
and a lot of variation.
Round.
Yeah, this is the bonus round strategy. They're going for that A crunch in straight through the maw. Bang. Cuts it up onto the tight angle here, but Mazino follows through in the end.
It's just great.
These ideas, many layers to it as well.
Over towards A.
Fault lines up though. Force him off the plant. Shot dart, not sure where that one's going. Maybe a bit of a distraction play, but
Of stringing things together.
That's a difficult one, though. Surely doesn't get out alive. Mazino covering fire, and an auto-offloaded eeiu.
A second triple kill back-to-back from Mazino. Got one on the bonus round and then cleans up for aspas. Quick shot. Common angle.
Faced up. Perfect head height. No jump spot.
You could see there that Cryo knew he was going to be posted in that spot. Swung it to try to take the duel, but aspas faster on the trigger.
Too quick with it. Not being tagged up as well. We'll have to respect this surely with the util coming through. There's a slight gap in the defensive protocols. Boostio can he weave himself in and potentially salvage this entire operation? It's a game of timings right through the back, and he delivers the dagger straight there, right when his team needed it. 100 Thieves might be able to get themselves into this one, but with the rolling thunder, things are going to make that much more tricky. Aftershock laid it all up, along with the fault line, touched themselves deep into the corner. Still with the flash. No more options here for 100 Thieves. I mean, team blind matters not. They don't. You can hear that one with the drone. Straight up the gut into the B site. Along with it, Asuna just hops himself into position here, at least for this plant answer again. 100 Thieves able to get themselves into the post plant. It's been rare so far onto the attack side. Flank attempt by Boostio, wrapping around, just about spotting it. And where does he take the timing? This is a risk to be played, but it needs to pay off big time. Still, kiNgg unaware. The paranoia sent flying forwards. aspas unable to return at least with the bullet. Still there. He's aware that Boostio is going to be that problem. Dart in his face, finally cleaned up. Now they can finally get a handle onto this retake here, but it's the best chance that 100 Thieves have had in a long while. Swapping around the guns. aspas is fast into the fray. Cryo, it's going to be that piece of bait. Just offered up onto the front section of the side, but it's all about the post plan and how it's played.
Great timing here through C. Null Command tucked down all of Tex's tripwires, and Boostio, he keeps trying to find these lurks. He's been fairly successful.
Well, here's a set play. Hunter's Fury to try and set this one up as well. It's that the dart. Completely outlined eeiu's position. Bang with the cancel.
Flick onto him if he commits.
Placing swarm grenade.
Play it down though, in terms of this scenario. Boostio committing that one. Locked down into the corner. Taking a tremendous amount of damage, and now the swarm just cutting him up. Placed down at the feet. And aspas, disrespect being shown. Sky is going to pay for it with his life, but he would have been detained anyway. Makes a go of things here. Trip's still up and active. No one to really play up with it, and Boostio's just wandering around aimlessly.
They feel like they have to make a play. The plant hasn't even been committed.
And bang, finally commits. In through the back here, play has been made. Stepping up to the challenge. Paranoia at least buys them a little bit of that space here, but still,
they don't know where kiNgg is.
Man. They don't know where kiNgg is. Reposition, looking in the wrong place and wrong time. Leave it to Cryo now. 1v2. At least finally the plant online for them. But Lev can just take their sweet time with this one, make sure that they can try and double up. At least play this one closely together. kiNgg's gonna be blocked off from them. Still has the util in his back pocket. Holding and posturing, I think, for that paranoia as well. Is gonna be potentially using it. Finally comes through. Now a bit of time. Working against them potentially with the dart. It goes a miss, but finally, at least with the tag, Cryo pre-aim, it is there. Still there.
He's almost a distraction for the Boostio lurks, and here's another
Tex. Is this even going to be expected? 100 Thieves. Still holding. Tex, there's no way, man! Gets away with murder! Smoke fades away in their faces. Surely you'd think 100 Thieves would have a handle on that. Element of surprise, they're working out in their favor. Fault line into the corner. That's Boostio seeking to evade. All of it coming his way. Boostio will fall. Bang! Finally. It's turning up. That's that rifle. Reload in sight. Potentially a wing con into the round. It's a 1v2. Taps the walking right into it. Shock dart. It's a dart. Pushed off. Shock dart doing good damage. Still with a paranoia. Sweeping through Rubicon. Just was blinded up or something. Not too sure. Mazino can't stand it. He's not into the anchoring position. Anchor. He's aspas here with the operator in his hands. Now this retake going to be made that much more difficult. And the 100 Thieves into the post plant. One of the first times they've really been set up for that success.
Finally, it's round 10. Before they get into a good position, Cryo still falls a 3v3.
It's magnetic. Texas spotted it. There's no way they're crumbling like this. Asuna, at least they're not.
Just coming back to what Zig said, you need to see some better Valorant being played.
100 Thieves trying to go fast and loose into this one here, but there's a stack of players all ready and waiting. Odin spam away. Comp, no connections. No real damage done here, but how do you deal with these players here? Dart, it's going to be broken. Paranoia Bit of a team flash, but reveals them all, and finally allows a time to strike for Tex. Bang! At least with the Guardian, there's some precision there, but support. Smoked a crossover. Fault line, it's a knife dodged and avoided here. The dart over the top, that's Comp. Send that one a little bit early. Has been baited out by 100 Thieves. Could be the second wave of things now with the no command, and there it is. Sends it flying, at least the paranoia was primed by kiNgg, and it's just these little pieces and tools being used to slow them down. The anchoring players might be in a world of Cryo adjust. Comp. Tucked to the corner, Hunter's Fury was the extra thing needed. The cherry on top, and 100 Thieves now just need to sail it home, but already flooding in. Levin not giving them a time to catch their breath, not in the slightest. Playing forwards and into the smoke, and away! kiNgg is trapped inside of it. Cryo, he's done so much for this team, and finally with the fourth. Never say never begins with the pistol round of Cryo falling early. Less likely. Tex is the one as well taking that contact, just makes it feel like it's not even potentially leaning A.
Exactly.
Just a Cypher player that's spotted. Footstep heard. Asuna out wide, just trying to throw that util to set up the play. But it's just a little bit too obvious, I think. Cooked up, timing misfired there from 100 Thieves, just trying to offset that disadvantage. And again, an open plan here for Leviatán. Almost unlosable into the post plan.
2v5. Only with classics. They still do have flash recon to play with, but it would have to catch on everyone for there to be a chance.
Going out.
Mistakes need to be made here by the left players. Paranoia is good, at least spotting and isolating out these players. Still Mazino is quick with it. Fast round the corner and straight through.
It's looking like it could be the decider map.
Has to be that investment. Pre-firing onto just two of the angles. Bang, just couldn't retreat in time. It's dropped and slow and steady as it goes here for Lev.
Yeah, and this time looking to try to increase the tempo. Popping way before the minute mark, not using that fault line or recon dart at the start. And 100 Thieves are going to be forced to run a retake where they have no smoke for the spike, no paranoia to work with either. It's so tough.
That's really rough. You could just play this all the way from the long angle. If they so wished, not really giving up that backside control though. That's forwards, on with that flash.
Good flash
broken. It is actually. It's nice with the peak. Boostio, at least dropping Mazino, finds another one. He can't deal with him. This guy is more than pesky. The IGL put the matters into his own hands. The util for but the flash, that's going to indicate quite a lot. Nade has to be dropped down at the feet to try and prevent them from getting in, but it's the slightest of gaps, at least with the wall up as well. Flash rebounds again, just overhead, lobbing it backwards and forwards. Definitely putting a bit of a pause into the step of Leviatán. Struggling to get themselves in. Great supportive util. Asuna has allowed that angle to play in. kiNgg. That is just, okay, egregious is the word I'll use. Just running and gunning back and away. Mazino can get this plant.
Bang had a phenomenal paranoia last time they went for the retake. Almost made it work.
3v3. Gonna be holding it. Lessons learned from Lev. They're not playing into those similar positions and angles, but now at least down by the heaven angle. Out, down, through.
From Shanghai. Yet to see that. But it doesn't look like it's going to be on the cards today.
And with a high ground rolling funded, it's a hard committal. Boostio tries to step himself in front of it and away, but it's returned straight back. Aspas trying to hunt him out. In through the back of the side, flashes, dodge Aspas! This guy, he can't be stopped. The rest of his team alongside him. It's brutal to watch. Ripping straight through, and the 100 Thieves dominated.